Welcome to SB Automation Hub. In today's video, we are going to learn how to use a property file in a Cucumber Selenium Java framework. What is property file? A property file, typically a .feature file, is used to store configuration values such as browser type, URLs, timeouts, credentials, and other environment specific data. This helps separate configuration from code, making our project more maintainable and flexible. We will show a simple Gherkin steps page object model and run it with JUnit 5. Whether you are a beginner or learning BDD for the first time, this video will walk through it step by step. Let's get started. Step 1. Create config.properties file. Created config.properties under src test resources folder. Here is an example of what we can put in there. Browser equal to name of the browser, for example Chrome. Base URL equal to URL of the application, for example Flipkart URL. Step 2. Create configreader.java. Now we need to write some Java code to read these properties. Created new class called configreader.java under utils package. This class will be used across the project to read configuration values. Inside the class, declared static properties object named properties. Here, static means this is shared by all objects of the class. We only need one copy. It will store all key value pairs loaded from the properties file. Public static void load properties method. This method is responsible for loading the config.properties file from the class path. It uses Java's class loader to locate and open the config.properties file from the src test resources folder. Get resource as string loads the file as an input stream so it can be read. The try block is Java's try with resources, which automatically closes the file after reading it. Initialize the properties object. Now it's ready to store the contents of the properties file. This line actually loads the file content into the properties object. Catch block catches any errors that happen during file loading, example file not found or invalid format. It prevents the program from crashing without a proper error message. Throw new. If an error occurs, we throw a new exception with a message so that testers know what went wrong. It also passes the original exception E for debugging purpose. This method lets us get values from the loaded config.file. We must pass the key and it returns the value. For example, configreader.get method of the browser name returns the Chrome if that is in the file. Now we can use configreader.get method anywhere in our code. Step 3. Using configreader in driver factory class. This fetches the value of the browser from the config.properties file. Based on the value retrieved, it sets up and launches the correct browser. Now our browser choice is controlled by our property file. Step 4. Using configreader in hooks Java. We make sure we load the properties at the start of the test. That's usually done in a class called hooks.java, which Cucumber runs before and after each scenario. Use this when all our scenarios start from the same page, like a login page or home page. Then in our step definition, we do not need to navigate again. Our step definition just assumes the page is already loaded. Inside setup method, config.load_properties method. This step loads the config.properties file into memory before using it. If we skip this, it will return null or throw an error. Driver factory dot initialize driver method dot get method inside config dot get method of browser. This step calls driver factory, which uses the value of the browser from the config reader to launch the browser, and then navigates to the browser to the base URL defined in the property file. Our tests are now fully dynamic, no more hard-coded values. Running the test. Right-click on the test runner Java class, select Run as JUnit test. We can see a scenario executed successfully. Go to Package Explorer. A report gets generated under target folder. Go to Cucumber report. Open cucumber.html. Let's see what are the benefits of using property file in our framework. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.